Hi, I'm Lars, and this is my land. In my land, I get to do pretty much whatever I want, and today I'm gonna tell you about how Beatles for Sale is underrated as hell, and you should feel bad for disagreeing with me. And you're gonna listen, because it's my land. Starting very strong. I am playing music in this one, but I only get 3 seconds straight before Apple eventually bans me, so you're gonna have to deal with that. I'm gonna have to deal with that. I know it's not fair. We commiserate together. Now, you haven't listened to Beatles for Sale recently, and I know you haven't, and you should feel bad about it. It is bad and you should feel... What is that from?
The music's bad and you should feel bad.
I don't have a favorite Beatles album, not really, but Beatles for Sale is my most listened to Beatles album because I don't know if you guys noticed this, but I tend to get stuck on things and I don't have any intention of taking myself out of them. My master document is 188 pages. I've obviously listened through Beatles discography several times. I just can't get away from Beatles for Sale. I just can't. I'll try to go a couple weeks without listening to it and then it comes back. It just comes back so strong. I don't care if you agree with me. Fine, whatever. You can go watch all the videos on Revolver and Sgt. Pepper and the White Album and Sgt. Pepper and the White Album and Sgt. Pepper and the White Album. Anyway, I don't think anybody talks about Beatles for Sale, so I'm here to fix that. I'm not going to talk about all the intricacies of the recording sessions or anything like that. I didn't do research for this. Dictionary definition, impromptu. I had no plans on doing this. I'm too excited for Knowing Memos Land, so here's the deal. I would absolutely love it if you'd like and subscribe and all of that jazz. It helps me a whole lot. And I've been working on a video essay series on the TV show Lost for so long now that if I don't mention it in every single video, I will be Prince Oberyn. And if you know, you know. Sorry.
Say her name. Say it!
Okay. Let's do this. Hey, it's me from the future. I'm basically the additions police. By the way, I've got a cat freaking out over there. Ignore the banging sound. I am not musical. Most of the Beatles fans, you guys know how to play instruments and you know how to sing. I sing like a dying goose. I'm going to do my best to temper it down because yikes. Your face. I am very lucky that I saw Beatles bloopers super early in because now I always get a little bit of joy every time I hear the your face thing. I don't know if you've heard, of course you've heard the Beatle bloopers, but if you haven't, I'm linking it right now. Go watch them. They're so funny. Okay, so just that bit right there. What I really love about No Reply is that there's kind of this background kind of cha-cha, I don't know how to describe it, where it's like really chill. Their vocals are really powerful. It's a weird combination that works very well, and it's not something that you would question. I will tell you the moment that I was hooked on this album. That's it. That line. If I were you, if I only got 3 seconds total of music for this entire video, that's what I would play. If I were you, there's something in that line that John sings that is very intense and pointed. If I were you. I don't know anything about music, but I know about how I feel when I listen to it. And there is, go back and listen to that song. You're not even gonna hear it through what I'm playing right now. You will hear it when you listen to it. At least humor me, okay? This whole album is 33 minutes and 47 seconds. Humor me. You've watched longer videos from me, maybe. If I were you. Ugh. Hits so hard. And I think I was remiss to not mention how Paul's harmonizing really brings it to this more intense place. I'll be honest, if there was going to be a song I would skip over, it would probably be I'm a Loser. I don't skip this song, by the way. I'm just saying if I were to. The way that I listen to Beatles albums, it's not necessarily the way that I listen to other albums. I always listen to them all the way through, so it seems kind of weird to like skip one. There is one love. Okay, I guess I don't dislike it. I mean, obviously vibing to this. I don't know any of the lyrical analysis or the purposes or the intentions behind the song or any of that. I do not care. That is not for this video. But go watch the smart people that actually know stuff. I'm just being annoying in my land, okay? Because it's my land. I do what I want here. You guys know the rules. I pick favorite parts of every song during this, and it's really hard for me to pick something from Babies in Black because I think it's really great all the way through. Great. It's just great. It's, first off, impossible to sing by yourself, but it is so fun. I listen to this song constantly. Everybody knows the choreographed little twirl from the live. I can't get over it. I really love this song. Ultimately, if I'm going to pick something, it's going to be the guitar solo. It's just so great. It's such a sway. Rock and roll music, when they play this in the Get Back documentary and it's interspersed with live footage, is such a fun shot. Now, if you actually watch it too closely, you're like, okay, they might be playing rock and roll music, but it is really not synced up to the song that they're playing. Just, you know what? Don't pay attention to it. I don't want to ruin it, but it is really fun to watch. It is, I just, it's such a pump up song. I really love this song. So the voice break is my favorite part in the song for some reason. I do not know why. I just like it. I feel like Ringo. I'm just like, oh, speaking of Ringo, in case if you were wondering, Ringo Part 3 is not coming out this week and maybe not coming out next week. That's going to be a lot of work. So if you haven't watched my Ringo series, what are you doing? Watch this first, but go watch those. They're good. I know that sounds cocky, but they're good. I worked hard on them. With All Follow the Sun, it's interesting because sometimes if you go from a really hype song like rock and roll music to something more ballady like All Follow the Sun, it's not always easy, or it's kind of like, oh, this is so slow. At least that's for me. Maybe that's just my ADHD speaking. All Follow the Sun does not fall in that category. Not for me. I really like this song. I'll follow the sun. I think this song specifically shows the cleanest Paul vocal. That bit, I think that's like the purest you're gonna get without any mustard on it. You know what I mean? That's the most Paul vocal, and it's so enjoyable. We don't hear a lot of it. I mean, we've got Kansas City in this album, which is, obviously still Paul. Of course it's Paul, but you know what? This is like the cleanest. I got excited. I guess I decided to go ahead and press the space bar. Anyway, it's like the cleanest Paul. I feel like it's innocent and it's like baby Paul. I just like it. I like that a lot. I just had a recovered memory. I remember early on. Jesus, how long ago was that? That was only like 7 months ago. It was only in April when I started listening to Beatles, but I couldn't tell their voices apart. And I remember listening to this and being like, who is that? And looking it up. I'll see myself out. Sorry. I'm sorry for the intrusion. Okay, bye. You came to me. The organ in this song is so fun. And it made me realize how many Beatles songs have organs or piano or other instruments that I will just completely glance over. It starts out pretty subtly and the vocals cover it and come back in. By the time that we're dealing with solos, it's like one of the main parts of the song. I love Mr. Moonlight. I feel like it is just so, it's kind of that crooner bit and it's nice and it's really good to hear something like that from the Beatles and like refreshed. I enjoy this song a lot. The please right there. That is my favorite part of this song. Why do I have specific bits? Who knows? I don't know. I do not. I don't think I have this for other bands. I don't think I love any band the way I love the Beatles. Not anymore. I don't have little bits that I'm like, oh yeah, that's it. What is wrong with me? Mr. Moonlight. Kansas City is such a bop, honestly. Yeah. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I think I like that bit just because it goes from 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And come on, who counts that number? It's just like a... Hey. The haze is my favorite part of the song. It's just all of it. And I'm going to wait until the end to do 8 days a week for reasons. I think you could get me to drool over any time that George is really loud in the harmony. He is so good in the harmony. Like, Words of Love, when you can hear him throughout it, it's so great. I really, really love it. And what an underutilized voice. What an underutilized voice. Ah! I'd be remiss if I didn't mention the percussion in Words of Love is great. I have a tendency to always listen to the drums. I'm not sure why that is, but I just really love the percussion in this. and it is a fun listen. Honey Don't is the least listened to song on this album with only 5.3 million plays on Spotify, which I know sounds like a lot of numbers, but listen, have you listened to Honey Don't recently? You haven't. You haven't. I know you haven't because only 5.3 plays. Shut up. It's so good. I love the way that this entire song sounds. I really, really do. I know that Ringo's voice cracks a bit. Someday I'm going to learn what happened there, but today I am just gonna vibe out to this song. Does it surprise you that the I Feel Fine is my favorite part of this song? Because it is awesome. So let's talk about the lyrics just for a second. He says, "Sometimes I love you on a Saturday night, but Sunday morning, you don't look right. You've been out painting the town. Honey, been stepping around." In this scenario, how fast is this chick getting dressed and going out and painting the town after she was loving Ringo on a Saturday night? I mean, damn. Honey don't, but also honey damn. You know what I'm saying? Impressively fast to go out and cheat. Very rude, but impressive.
Terrible. Yes. But great. I'm walking
beside her. This song, incredible. Bum bum. I think it's that. See? Boom boom. The harmony with those two, every little thing, oh, just pristine. I've got a cat at the door. There's my cat, Jack. He's the one who always interrupts filming. The other two do not care. Of course I love I Don't Want to Spoil the Party. I think it's cute. I love the part where he goes, I had a drink or two and I don't care. I feel like George would be the one to be just like a sourpuss in a party. Now, I don't think he actually is. I just think that's his like public persona, sourpuss persona. I don't want to spoil the party, so I'll leave. Let me know if she shows up, okay? I spilled some of my Diet Mountain Dew on my shirt, so just like, let's just pretend it didn't happen, okay? I don't want to spoil the party, and that's probably because I just can't really imagine them leaving parties. And especially because John Lennon has spoiled his fair share of parties. Okay, let's be real, all of them have, okay? I feel like, I worry that every time I say something about John that somebody's gonna be like, but! What you doing? Now, What You're Doing does have the call and response vibe, but I dig it. I really love this song. I say it about all the songs. Okay, fine. I think this song is a good example of more of what I would consider like the traditional or the more, like that's Paul, you know, versus I'll Follow the Sun, that clean vocal I was mentioning. I think What You're Doing really shows like the kind of average Paul vocal at this point in his career because his voice has changed a lot. That harmony that comes in the back, it's just a really interesting tie-in. It kind of brings in, there's this movement to it that really is unexpected. Cannot forget the piano in this song. Completely undersold how good that piano is in this song. Everybody's Trying to Be My Baby is great. The echo on the vocals, awesome. What is it with George's voice that like, it's so unique? I mean, obviously so is John's, like, well, and Paul's. Obviously all of their voices are unique. But like, what is it? I need a word for George's voice. There's no word for it. There's just something in it. It's like an extra spice. 19 dates would be a lot of dates. Like, how fast would you go through those dates? And what goes on those dates? Is this just a dinner thing? Don't say that.
Dude.
You can't say that.
I'm definitely, absolutely censoring that.
I really like guitar solos in this. It feels like a jam session. Same vibe with Honey Don't. Like, it feels like they could just be playing this. You can feel like the enjoyment in the song. Maybe I'm manufacturing it, but I feel it, you know? So the thing about 8 Days a Week and some other songs is that I'll take this one just real quick. Still weird to say, actually, after thinking about it for a couple days. Years ago, my friend at the time made an attempt on his life. And when I was driving to him, 8 Days a Week came on the radio. And I have attached that song to this really difficult time in my life. It's not a painful song necessarily to listen to, but it's something that is intensely emotional and like personal for me. It's almost like becoming a Beatles fan has helped me reconcile some of that stuff because this was years ago and everything's fine now. The last time I played it and immediately could like feel it. Oh shit. I honestly can't pick. I love this song so much, even though it's very emotional for me. I don't know. I think most people would like not post them crying, but I just don't care. You know, there would be songs by the Beatles that would make me cry on their own just because they're Beatles songs. And I think it's important to show the emotion that the Beatles can bring to people. And so now this song is almost like a victory because that situation is over and that person is safe. So it's attached to like a difficult time in my life, but things are different and better now. So I think to sit here and pretend that I'm not moved by this song and that it doesn't like tear me apart would be disingenuous, and that's not the kind of thing I do in my land. And the thing about the end of this song is that it is like so victorious feeling, like the rush that comes with love, how amazing love can feel. I mean, in many ways, it can be about the power of love and, yeah. Sorry to bring it down. It's just what I do. Now, I know that I'm ending it on like a heavier note, but honestly, Beatles for Sale is so underrated. Listen to all the diversity of just this album that came out in 1964, early in the Beatles' musical exploration, and yet it still hits so well in 2022. It is a great album and it stands up super well, and I think you guys should go fucking listen to it. 5.3 million plays on Honey Donut. It's a travesty. Go fix it. Go fix it. All right. Thanks for visiting my land. I would absolutely love it if you would like and subscribe and all of that jazz. Y'all come back now, you hear? Bye.
My sweet Lord.